Welcome back to Sistory History with your hosts Laura and Caroline, the podcast where we like to discuss the past using the sights, sounds, smells, textures and tastes that made up everyday life in the ancient world. Season 4, Episode 4, Wedding Bells.
Yes, today we are inviting you all along to party with us at a Roman wedding. Think less sophisticated white gown and seating chart, and more incessant omen taking and a surprising amount of shouting. For the upper classes, marriage in Rome wasn't just about two people, it was a social contract, a transfer of household power, and sometimes a very strategic alliance. But weddings didn't belong only to the elite. Even in more modest households, you'd still find flowers, homemade cakes, and the same traditions that tied generations together. A bride might spend the morning being dressed in layers of symbolism, woolen belts knotted for luck, protective amulets, and that iconic saffron orange veil meant to glow like fire. Meanwhile, families negotiated, priests murmured blessings, and the neighbourhood gathered to judge absolutely everything.
Well, talking about judgy people, Laura, who are our plus ones today?
Well, Caroline, today we have Catullus, born in Verona, a Roman lyric poet of the late Republic, famous for his passionate poems about his love affair with the aristocratic lady Claudia Metelli. He actually had dinner with Julius Caesar after writing an obscene poem about him.
Come over, let's talk about the obscenities.
Yeah. We have a chap called Gaius. Just Gaius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Prince.
Yeah.
Madonna.
See, it's a very good point, because it is great if you've got a unique name, such as Madonna or Prince or Jesus. But Gaius is a pretty common name in ancient Rome, right?
Yeah, it's like being called John.
Yeah. Anyway, he was a 2nd century CE Roman jurist, reputedly one of the most important sources of Roman law that we have. So impressive.
Welcome.
We have Seneca the Younger again, but only maybe.
What do you mean?
Because the text that I have has previously been attributed to Seneca, but now is discredited.
Oh, okay.
And we don't know who wrote it.
He's on the emergency invite list if somebody else drops out.
Yeah. Originally they thought it was Seneca, now we're not too sure, but he's in there anyway. Plutarch, Greek philosopher, writing in the 1st century CE. He became a Roman citizen under the Emperor Vespasian, and if you remember from season 1, he was a vegetarian.
I had forgotten that, but that's good because he can sit next to me at the vegetarian table.
Correct.
Plutarch, you are more than welcome. Let's have a party.
Let's. Can I go first?
Please do, yes.
Okay. First, I'm going to talk to you about sight, and this is an extract from the Octavia, which is a Roman tragedy originally attributed to Seneca, but that's now rejected by many, and the reasons for that are stylistic considerations and also the belief that it was written after his death.
Oh, well, that's difficult to do.
Is, yeah. I mean, I love Seneca, but that would be impressive. Some think it could have been written by one of his followers, but anyway, Seneca or not, the events of the play take place over several days when the Emperor Nero was divorcing his first wife, Octavia, and marrying Poppaea. In this scene, Poppaea's nurse talks to the new bride. So here we have Octavia, Act 4, and I'm reading from lines 693 onwards. Surely the day sought by our prayers and vows has dawned. To thy Caesar art thou joined by the marriage torch, him whom thy beauty snared, whom Venus hath delivered in bonds to thee, whose Seneca flouted, mother of love, most mighty deity. Oh, how beautiful and stately thou wast, on the high couch reclining in the hall. The Senate looked on thy beauty in amazement, when you offered incense to the gods, and with pleasing wine did sprinkle the sacred shrines, thy head covered with filmy marriage veil, flame-coloured.
She sounds beautiful.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was quite hot.
And Seneca knew it.
Yeah, or not. In the original Latin, the marriage veil mentioned at the end of the passage is called a flammeo or flammeum, the stock word for the bridal veil. And this was very much a staple of the bride's outfit, as we mentioned in the introduction to the episode.
It's such a lovely image, isn't it? That bright, shining, orangey yellow.
It is, yes. Although some translations use red in the description, but flame-coloured is really common. Orange, yellow, red, definitely fiery.
The flame family.
Yeah. As well as the flammeum, the brides typically wore a long white tunic, so not necessarily really fancy, lace, satin, or whatever. It would be belted at the waist. Their hair was parted and styled in 6 different sections, so sort of like 6 braids of hair, and often a headdress of flowers was worn.
Beautiful.
Yes. Lucky flowers were commonly used, and those meant to ward off evil. Do you know such things?
Any lucky flowers?
No, me neither. I didn't.
No, I don't.
Apparently marjoram.
I didn't even know that was a flower.
I thought it was a herb.
I thought I ate it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I thought it was a herb. Anyway, it was lucky, and it still is, and is associated with happiness and love. Back to the flammeum, though.
Please.
I mentioned that I came across a few instances where authors had translated it into red veil, and others have described it as more yellow or orange. Now, Pliny the Elder, our mate, he likens the colour to egg yolk.
Oh, okay, so kind of yellow.
Yeah, but quite a robust yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, not pale.
Not wishy-washy.
No. And often an egg yolk is quite orange tinged, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Some sources tell us that the veil was as tall as the bride.
It was a floor-length veil.
Yes, some say this. I mean, having an enormous veil does seem reasonable.
Why not?
Many modern brides do.
Yes.
Yes. But the idea of it fully covering the bride is great, isn't it? You've sort of got this orange or flame-coloured train.
And against the white of her plain tunic.
Yes. I mean, that must have just looked breathtaking, the contrast.
Such a pop.
The idea of the veil fully covering the bride goes back to the idea of protection again. So got the flowers warding off the evil. The veil was meant to be bringing good luck and warding off evil as well. And actually what we've got here, as well as the meaning, symbolism, we've got a physical, visual barrier, haven't we? The bride could wrap herself up in that.
Yes.
And actually have a protective layer.
Also good for flies.
Great for flies, yeah.
And keeping the sun off your face.
Yeah, and if it started to spit with rain. The theme of protection in general was really prominent, as well as the lucky flowers. We've got the flammeum. The belt of the tunic was often tied with a Hercules knot.
I feel like I've heard the Herculean knot before.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it looks like.
Apparently it's a reef knot.
Oh.
But it is a symbol of love and protection, again.
Oh.
And then I thought, is this where the phrase tying the knot comes from?
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, no, it just came to me.
Well, let's just say it is.
Yes. And yeah, so we have lots of symbols of protection all through the bridal trousseau.
Oh, that's a good word.
Thank you. Now, the flammeum was sometimes used in another sense as well. A 4th century CE writer, I appreciate it's a bit later and beyond the scope of our sources, a chap called Festus, he wrote about the flammeum being displayed at a bride's house to advertise the upcoming wedding, almost like reading the banns.
Oh, that's fun. So you just kind of shove the veil in the window.
Yeah.
So people know you're going to get married next week.
Yeah, I quite like that. I only came across that one example, so I don't know how common it was, but I like the idea.
Yeah.
Also, final thing, do you recall in the extract that torches were mentioned, marriage torches?
I do.
Yes. So, as well as the beautiful contrast of the white bridal tunic against the vibrant, fiery coloured veil, I really like the visual parallel of the flame-coloured veil against the marriage torches, bobbing along as people walked in the procession along to the bridegroom's house, and then the bride in her veil drifting along after.
So she looks like a big torch.
She looks like a big torch. Beautiful. Caroline, who have you got for us next?
I'm going with Plutarch.
Nice.
Plutarch is a vegetarian.
Yes.
But in this work, it's not about vegetarianism. Plutarch asks a load of rhetorical questions, essentially, about various Roman practices or customs, and then he tries to explain them.
Okay.
That is the form of this work. Plutarch, Roman Questions, 29. Why do they not allow the bride to step over the threshold of the house herself, but those who accompany her lift her over it? Is it because the first Roman brides were carried off by force, and, born in this manner, the women did not enter of their own accord? Or do they want it to seem that they enter unwillingly, being forced into the place where they are about to lose their virginity? Or is it symbolic that she must not leave the house unless she is forced, just as she entered it having been forced? For even near us, in Boeotia, they burn the axle of the wagon in front of the door, showing that the bride must remain, since her means of departure has been destroyed.
Oh my word, that's a bit dark. All of those examples. Could it be this awful thing, or this awful thing, or this awful thing?
Oh, Plutarch. I mean, I might not want to sit next to him,
No.
quite honestly, because he's a bit of a doom monger.
Right.
I'm going to be thinking about touch, though. First of all, you may have noticed that Plutarch is talking about a tradition that we are still familiar with today. The bride being carried over the threshold on her wedding day. In this instance, though, not by the groom, as he's actually waiting in the house to welcome her, often reclining on a purple coverlet.
Purple?
Specifically purple.
Nice.
Instead, she has many hands lifting her over the step. Now, it was considered bad luck to trip over. If you stumble on your first step of your new life with your new husband, it's a pretty bad omen for the rest of the marriage.
Sure.
So in numerous sources, you either get the bride being very, very careful when she's stepping into the house, or the safest way is just to be lifted over.
So you could step if she wanted to, could she?
Yes.
Right. She just can't fall.
Just don't fall. Right. Whatever you do, do not fall.
Okay.
In fairness, I have tripped over a lot of stairs and steps in my time, so I completely get it.
Seen many of them, yeah.
They're just being overly cautious.
Yeah.
Considering the Plutarch, though, he is suggesting some more reasons why the bride is carried into the house. Number one, it might be a reenaction of the rape of the Sabine women. And these women were abducted by the first male settlers of Rome as they needed women to procreate in their shiny new town.
Is that where he went first? That was his first option.
His first thought, yeah.
Right.
It's got some demons.
Right.
It's delightful, though, isn't it, to replay that on your wedding day?
Isn't it?
It's cute.
Isn't it?
Suggestion number 2, I'm afraid doesn't get any better. Plutarch then says, well, maybe it's because it's not exactly modest just to walk into a place where you know you're about to lose your virginity. Much better to be forced into the house. And by extension, forced into having sex for the first time.
What?
Isn't it nice?
No.
Going for the hat trick, Plutarch, number 3, he suggests that this is a tradition because it symbolises the woman can never leave the house. If she enters by force, then she will have to leave by force.
Forced imprisonment now.
And he does say that down the road in Boeotia, where he lives, in his homeland of Greece, they burn the wagon in front of the house. The vehicle that she arrives in is burned, showing that she has to stay in the house forever.
Just in case the other symbolism had been lost along the way, we're just going to make it really clear.
We're really going to hammer it home.
Yeah,
that
you've
here.
lost all freedom and liberty.
I mean, imagine being 12 years old.
Oh my goodness.
All your toys taken from you and burned, maybe. You're literally dragged from your mother's lap, carried into a house and then trapped there.
12? Really 12?
Kids as young as 12 were married off.
It's awful.
Literally, emotionally, financially, legally, you're trapped.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gosh, this has gone dark very quickly.
I know. Sorry. The overarching theme is force. This sentiment is repeated and repeated. The woman has no say in the process.
No.
It would seem no agency. And I'm not saying that all Roman weddings were like this. I'm sure some people were very much in love and entered willingly into marriage.
Yeah.
But if this tradition of carrying the bride over the threshold is based in rape and coercion, then I do question the morals of the first bright spark that came up with that as a custom.
Does everyone know? Because we're still doing it today.
Yeah.
Who should we tell?
Well, no, let's just hope that it was Plutarch reaching for some kind of reason, and then it's not actually that, it's just the tripping over is bad luck thing. Let's stick with that.
Fingers crossed. Shall I try and bring things up a bit, mood-wise?
Would you mind? That would actually be really, really nice.
Okay, we'll see what I can do, because I am coming in strong with some ancient Roman admin. Courtesy of Gaius. He wrote the Institutiones, translated into English as the Institutes of Roman Law, a corker.
Natty.
And it's a legal handbook. You look excited.
I don't want to sit next to him either.
Yeah.
I might go with maybe Seneca.
He might be the best option. So buckle up for section 112 of Gaius's Institutiones. Confarreation, another way in which subjection to hand originates, requires a sacrifice offered to Jupiter Phareus, in which they use a cake of spelt, from whence the ceremony derives its name. Various other acts and things are done in the presence of 10 witnesses, and this law is still in use for the functions of the greater flamens, that is, the flamens of Jupiter, of Mars, of Quirinus, and it can only be performed by persons born in marriage by confarreation. Nor can such persons themselves hold a priestly office if they are not married by confarreation.
I think probably you should start by telling me all of those words.
Luckily, I do have some vocabulary written down here. Subjection to hand, marriage. Very elaborate way of saying marriage. Flamen is a priest. There were 15 flamens in Rome. The 3 mentioned in the text were the most important ones.
Okay, big dogs.
Jupiter, Mars, Quirinus. Confarreatio is a style of marriage. It's probably the most solemn and ancient style, reserved very much for the patrician class. And it was so full of ritual and religious significance that the ceremony was overseen by the Flamen Dialis, which is another name for the priest of Jupiter, and the Pontifex Maximus, who was like the chief priest of Rome.
Is it like having the Pope at your wedding?
Yeah, pretty much, I think, or at least the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Oh.
Maybe both.
Ooh.
So these chaps had to be present during the ceremony, and the ceremonies themselves can only be performed if you yourself had been born from a marriage that was performed in this way, keeping alive the line of confarreatio marriages.
Yeah.
And keeping it pure to these families who are taking on the religious rites, the religious roles in Rome.
Okay, so it's a bit elitist.
Very elitist.
Similar, it's not the same, but if you want to get married in a Catholic church, you have to be a Catholic.
Sort of, yeah, that sort of idea. Yeah, it's very elitist, very cliquey. Also, it doesn't sound too fun. You had to sacrifice a sheep.
Sure.
Then the couple who were getting married had to sit on the skin of said sheep while various rites were performed around them by all these priests. Someone's going to have to dig around in the entrails to see if the omens were favourable. Classic.
What are we thinking about sense-wise?
Can you guess?
Taste?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. So mentioned in the extract, they use a cake of spelt from whence the ceremony derives its name. Confarreation. The con is with. The farreation is from the Latin for spelt or flour, which is farreum.
Oh, okay.
With grain. It's basically a ceremony using grain or flour. So the cake was a really important part of the ceremony and was used as an offering. A bit like the sheep, I guess, but less messy.
Can you eat the cake after?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. The couple would share the cake. Some sources talk about the cake being broken over them first.
Okay.
And then the couple would share crumbs of the cake.
Oh.
I know. I want a full slice. Crumbs?
No, if it's your wedding day, you want a substantial slice of cake.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But do we?
Oh.
Shall I tell you a bit about these cakes?
Go on.
The spelt cake, it doesn't sound very fun, does it?
Dry, if I'm honest.
Yes, dry. I don't know exactly what was in that one, but another type of wedding cake was called the mustachium, also known as a must cake, which I feel like I've heard of. A must cake.
That still sounds dry.
I know, musty, but I do have the ingredients for this one.
Okay.
Made from wheat or barley, grape must.
Wine?
Sort of. It's like the innards of the grapes used in winemaking. If you crush up grapes, then you'll get some seed, you'll get some skin, you'll get some pulp. That's in there. Also anise, cumin, cheese, and lard. Potentially served on a bed of bay leaves.
Sure. Why? I feel like it might be quite bitter.
Glad I'm only getting crumbs.
Maybe that's the reason for the crumbs.
Cake was an integral part of the wedding ceremony, a bit like today, but obviously had more ritual symbolism and significance. Certainly in the case of the confarreatio, but it just doesn't sound like fun cake.
No, I'm not having any.
I'll have a crumb, just to keep the priests happy.
Yeah, the flamen.
So there you go. I've got a few other food facts just to round off.
Are they fun facts?
Yeah, no.
Are they admin facts?
So there was definitely some sort of wedding feast. There are reports of much wine being consumed at various points during the celebrations. So in summary, at the end of all this, you might have sheep entrails on your dress, crumbs in your hair, and you've eaten some pretty rubbish or weird cake. But you can look forward to a decent glass of wine. So things aren't too bad.
It sounds like your wedding, though. Well, shall we stick with the celebration theme?
Yeah, I mean, that is generally the theme. We have taken it up a notch, though, mood-wise.
That's true. Well, let's keep the mood joyful.
Please.
With a bit of Catullus.
Whoop.
This is a poem about celebrating a wedding, and specifically it's directed to the god Hymen and also the bride on her wedding day. Catullus, Poems 61, Extracts. You who live on Mount Helicon, the son of Urania, who gives a tender virgin to her husband, O Hymene, Hymen, O Hymen, Hymene, crown your brow with sweet flowers of marjoram fragrance. Put on the happy veil, here come, wearing the saffron shoes on your snow-white feet. Summoned to the happy day, singing the wedding songs with your ringing voice. Strike your feet on the ground, shake the pine torch in your hand. And you, chaste virgins too, whose day will come, sing harmoniously, cry, O Hymene, Hymen, O Hymen, Hymene. That hearing himself called to perform his service, he will approach, the commander of wedding joys, the true uniter in love. Raise up your torches, boys, I see her flame veil approach. Come on, sing in harmony, Yo Hymen, Hymene, yo Hymen, Hymene. Shout out the dirty Fescennine jokes, and you, slave boy, once your master's favourite in bed, though you hear you've lost his love, give nuts to the young boys, be pleased now to serve Hymen. Bride, in your saffron shoes, cross the threshold with good omens, and enter the shining door. Yo Hymen, Hymene, yo Hymen, Hymene.
I have not heard the word hymen said so many times, I think in my entire life.
This is sound we're doing.
There are lots of different sounds.
Yeah. Music is a big part of a Roman wedding, and this poem is actually structured like a wedding song that would have been sung in the procession from the bride's house to the groom's house.
Before she's trapped forever.
So it's got a rhythm, almost like a dance, a driving energy to mimic the procession, and other techniques such as call and response and repeated refrains. We had there, Yo Hymen, Hymene, yo. Sorry to say Hymen again.
It's all right.
You're just numb to it now.
Yeah.
They really invoke the feeling of a choral wedding song. Hymen...
Are you kidding me?
...is the Greek god of marriage ceremonies.
Not hymens.
His parents are Apollo and one of the muses, Urania.
Oh, it's a boy.
Yeah, Hymen's a boy.
I thought Hymen was a girl.
No, Hymen's a boy.
Oh.
Yeah. I've said it again. Semi-fun fact, the name has its roots in the ancient Greek for membrane. But also it means to sew together. Hence, he is the joiner of people in marriage.
Okay.
Catullus, in the poem, calls on him directly several times to turn up and perform his godly duties.
Come on, show up. Why do you have to call him so many times? Shouldn't he be ready?
And we get this wonderful image of the veiled god, torch in hand, full of energy as he strikes his feet on the ground, as if to say, let's get this party started, boys and girls. We've got a procession to be getting on with. The procession, or deductio, was a really, really important public part of the wedding, and crowds of people would gather to tag along with the wedding party as it went through the streets.
So is that regardless of your status or your class? That would just be anyone getting married?
Yeah. It physically shows the transition of the girl to a bride to a wife, and it publicly proved that the wedding was legitimate.
Okay, yeah, so it's got witnesses.
Exactly, yeah. Deductio comes from the Latin to lead down, which is where we get the word deduction from.
Ooh.
And we still have a procession of sorts today, don't we?
Yeah.
Although not between houses. Walking down the aisle, I would argue, is a pretty big part of a modern wedding ceremony.
And the act of being given away, some people just still do that, a transfer of, I hate to say it, but ownership.
And it's still accompanied by music, so there's a less depressing parallel. However, the Roman version, I would argue, is an altogether more raucous affair.
Nice.
The procession. Less refined than da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Catullus there mentions Fescennine jokes. Do you know what they are?
Are they rude jokes?
They are rude
Excellent.
jokes, yeah. During the procession, bawdy jokes or obscenities were shouted at the bride and groom. Very, very fun. Somebody else is shouting boobs at you while you walk down the aisle.
Excellent.
The theme here is fertility.
And I might be only 12 years old.
No, well, you've made it bad
Oh,
again.
sorry.
Let's go back to the yelling boobs.
Okay.
The theme here is fertility.
Oh, that's fun.
Because it's always fertility,
It
let's
is,
be honest, yeah. But also it's good luck to yell the rude jokes, yeah. In a bit of a weird way, the idea is that the evil eye, or evil forces, are more likely to attack you if you're happy or doing well in life.
Oh.
Okay? Therefore, the thinking is, by shouting rude things at you, at the bride and groom, you're tricking the evil eye into believing that they're not really happy.
Oh, right.
It's a diversion tactic.
Excellent.
And the evil forces are therefore thrown off guard and directed elsewhere.
Lovely. So we've got this protective theme again.
Yes.
Very
And in general,
thorough.
actually making a load of noise kept off the evil spirits. Imagine shouting, music, and a hell of a lot of swearing.
Excellent.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Do you remember the nuts?
Yes.
As the procession moves through the streets, nuts are thrown into the onlookers, I guess. Again, fertility. Why not?
Yeah.
You'd get the sound of the kerfuffle in the crowd as they jostle to catch the nuts.
Now this has evolved into our modern confetti
Yeah.
and rice.
And rice. Yeah.
Yes, but sounds a little bit potentially more lethal. We've got nuts flying everywhere.
Well, Pliny mentions, the all-knowing Pliny, mentions that walnuts were used.
They're pretty big.
They're pretty big.
Ooh.
They do produce a nice rattling noise. And then I was thinking about nuts. And, you know, candied almonds is often a traditional wedding favour.
Yeah.
I wondered maybe if there was some kind of link there. Who knows?
Be.
So we've got music, singing, dancing, nuts.
Yeah.
Dirty jokes. Then the bride arrives at her new house. I've only given you extracts of this poem, but in the next verses, the rhythm intensifies as the bride is taken to the bedroom. Then there would be more singing. Quite disconcertingly, though, outside the marital chamber.
So to accompany the action, so to speak.
The ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Young men and women would sing encouraging songs.
Encouraging. I can only imagine what that would be like.
I guess it's nice to have some background music.
Yeah, but you know, you want a bit of jazz.
Luther Vandross.
You don't want your mate Quintus throwing walnuts at the door and yelling body parts
Well,
at
it's
you.
specifically young children outside the door.
Specific, not older
young
people.
No, it's young maidens and lads.
Excellent.
Yeah, I agree. You'd want a bit of Luther to set the mood.
Yeah, a bit of
Yeah.
Luther, a bit of Barry White.
Well, there you go, Laura. Hymen.
Well, Hymen A.
Fun facts time.
Yes. This is the portion of the show where we review any fun tidbits about today's topic, and Caroline chooses her favourite.
I do, yes. Shall we start with Hymen's?
Sure.
Meaning membrane?
Is that fun?
No, all right.
No. I've got a few new ones that I haven't mentioned yet.
Secret ones.
Engagement rings, if given, because they weren't always given, were worn on the third finger of the left hand, as they are today. And do you know why? The Romans believed that a nerve ran from this finger directly to the heart.
Oh, so it's a love connection.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got a few more?
Yeah. Are they fun?
This one is actually, and it will maybe make us feel a little bit better about the Plutarch extract.
Oh, well, let's have it then.
Okay. The marriage form called usus was based on cohabitation, but didn't require a ceremony. The woman would have to live with a man for 1 year, after which she would pass into his ownership, unless she had stayed away from him for 3 consecutive nights. And if this happened, then the year countdown would restart. But as long as you went away for a little trip every year, you wouldn't formally pass into their ownership.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
So you maintain your freedom.
Yeah, a bit of independence.
Ah. Okay, I've got one.
Mm-hmm.
Nuptials.
Ooh.
The root is in the Latin nubere, meaning to veil oneself. Now, the verb is used specifically for the woman, so she nubits someone.
Right.
And for the marrying man, the Latin is ducere, to lead, as in where we get the word for the procession, the deductio.
Ah.
So brushing the bit of misogyny aside, you've got the 2 main elements of the Roman wedding there.
Mm-hmm.
The veil and the procession. Depressing or no?
Sort of. Interesting.
Interesting rather than fun.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
Yes. I have another one that I just thought of, actually.
Okay.
The Spanish word, one of the Spanish words for wife is esposa, which also is the translation for handcuffs.
Oh my God. Okay, so I get to pick my favourite. I'm going to go with hymen.
No. The membrane. Rigged.
So together.
Okay, fine.
And we get to say hymen again.
Oh, all right. And that brings us to the end of episode 4. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to drop us a line and tell us which fun fact you like best. Not hymen. Or why not suggest an episode topic? We'd love to hear from you. You can find our handle at Sistory History on Instagram and Blue Sky, or why not send us an email to sistoryhistory@gmail.com. Join us soon for episode 5. Bye-bye.
Bye.